brilliant marketing minds from all over the world will fly in to rock your brand. And I love the eyebrow. Stay tuned, it's gonna be good. Hey guys, it's Alison. It's the day after the inner circle, and I'm so excited to share some of the most amazing things that I have heard the last 2 days. Brilliant marketing minds from all over the world will fly in to Boise, Idaho to sit in the ClickFunnels headquarters and talk about the things that are working and not working in their business. So I want to share with you the things that are absolutely working and then talk to you about one thing that I'm trying to wrap my brain around that I'm pretty excited for. And I think this was the #1 reason that I came up here, was to hear this one thing. So get ready. This is going to be so amazing because I'm excited that you can do it too and grow your business. Good morning. It's kind of windy out here, but I'm headed into the ClickFunnels headquarters. Oh, for an inner circle meeting. You guys, this is like my happy. I love it up here. I love talking about business, geeking out about it, and listening to some of the most the best marketers out there in the world. So here we go. I'll send you some insiders, sneak peeks, and I'll be sharing my top, the top things that I learned, the top things that I think will help us grow our businesses. So stay tuned. It's gonna be good. All right, let's get started with these things. All right, #1, bum, bum, bum. Put testimonials on the thank you page. I know that's like the easiest, duh thing ever. When I heard it, I was like, why don't I do that? Like, it was something so incredibly simple, but the gal that was telling us this says that it reduces your refund rate like crazy. If you add in testimonials to the thank you page, it reduces the buyer's remorse and it gives people a little more comfortable with you and your brand. So add thank yous to, or testimonials to the thank you page. All right, the second thing was the hardest thing to ever do is to place an ad. But the easiest thing to do is create content around your product. People are loving to share content, right? They have a hard time sharing ads. So bring content into your business so that people will warm up to you and get to know you and get to know your product a little bit better. And if you're like, Allison, I sell earrings. So sell earrings, but do a video on how the shape of these will make your face longer or thinner or whatever it is, right? You're giving content to your people based around your product. I've done that over and over and over again. With washi tape, we would put it around like little tiny boxes and make these boxes look amazing for the PTA cookie show, fair, bake sale, whatever it was called. I don't bake. But I would try and present products to where they would look good. And that stuff got shared. So how can you provide content showcasing your products? Because that works. Ads are harder. Content is easier. Another thing, connect your brand with kids, which, you guys, I have been doing this for so long and I just didn't realize I was doing it until someone got up on stage and said it and it like totally clicked. And I'm like, oh, that works, right? Laffy Taffies, I've been sending Laffy Taffies for over 7 years. I've probably sent out like 1.5 bajillion Laffy Taffies. Is bajillion a word? I don't know, but I use it. And those Laffy Taffies had a joke on them. So when my customers would get their package, guess what the kids doing? They're getting in there and they're trying to find that Laffy Taffy, they're eating that candy, and then they're laughing at the joke. And it created like an experience. Instead of just the mom opening up the package, getting her stuff, and then go putting it away, the kids were involved in opening up the package. So how can you involve kids in the experience, or the family in the experience? Like, what can you do to help bring in more people than just the buyer? So for instance, Zulily, you know Zulily, they send a little coloring card with every order so the kid can open it up and then do their coloring, right? I've got a friend that does a treasure hunt. She'll put a treasure hunt in the package to send out, and those kids freak out about it. All she did was do a postcard Vistaprint, using a Vistaprint coupon code. Just Google search for Vistaprint coupon code, and she can get them for like 3 to 8 cents depending on how many she buys. So simple to increase the experience, value, and just like rock your brand. Create that memorable brand when they open up that package, when the kids are all involved. That'll nail it. And I'm honestly like thinking right now, how can I incorporate that into the 0 to 100K system? And I've actually got an idea, and I hope I can get the right connections to make this happen. But what if I had a coloring book based on our manifesto, like kicking fear in the teeth and living our dream life because we choose to be happy, because I can be happy, right? What if I create a coloring book for kids to start believing that and getting that in their brain when they're young? Then it becomes this whole family event, right? Yeah. So how can you get your brand to have more experiences as a family? Think about that. I know, it was a good one, right? Okay, then this one I laughed. I thought this was so fun. The videos that have red shirts, dogs or babies, pretty women, and that you move your eyebrows. Those, that content or those ads get more engagement than all the other videos. And this guy went out and he tested it, and I love the eyebrow thing. So I don't know, I don't want to see everybody having red shirts with their dogs on their laps moving their eyebrows. That might look a little weird, but I thought that was super interesting. So maybe, like, I don't know, move your eyebrows a little more without it looking too psycho. And I know I'm like at this weird angle, but I'm sitting on the floor in my room and there's no chair in here. So you get what you get, but it's good stuff, good stuff. And I move my eyebrows for you down here. Okay, last thing. This is the one thing that I think I totally came up to Boise for. Every time I come up here and I get this big long list, like I've actually got a whole bunch of other comments down like in here, like lots of good stuff, right? But there's always one huge like, Alison, you have to get this done today. Well, maybe in a week, right? Like it's the one thing that I'm like totally super hyper focused on. And that actually, like I've had this question for a long time and I just could not break through. And there was a reason for it. It's because I needed to come to this inner circle to find out why. There was a guy named Jamie Amos that got up and he talked about how his whole business is based around giving. And giving and helping all of his community and all of his customers help give and serve other people. And so I've actually, I talked to him for a little bit and it answered the question that I have been stuck on for a little while. And I actually didn't even know why I was stuck on it until he told me about it. Then I knew why I was stuck.
They enable people to hire friends and family to provide jobs in these communities, and then they allow people to restore their own dignity as humans who can be self-empowered. That's the power of small business and entrepreneurialism.
So I have 2.5 containers of product left over from a business that I sold called Pick Your Plum. I've got one here in America, one on the water, and then one still being built. 2.5 containers, that's a lot of product, right? And I'm not afraid to sell it, like that's what I love to do. But there was something missing, and I've got my funnel built, all the pictures taken, it's all set up, ready to go, but I couldn't hit the submit button. Something was holding me back, and I couldn't figure out what it was until I came to the inner circle. And it dawned on me, I was missing a soul. I was missing the soul of what this whole thing is for. The Because I Can Plan, the 0 to 100K system, all these products, I was missing it. And that was, I needed to be giving more back. And I needed to create a community that can help others give back too. And so I'm still trying to wrap my brain around it, and you guys know I'll share everything with you, but I want these proceeds from the products on the container to go to helping others build businesses. And not just, like, if you're watching this, you're considered very blessed. You have a computer or a phone, whatever you're watching, right? Like we have the ability to turn our phones into money-making machines. we have our ability to take our computers and make them into money-making machines. That's why I show you the Because I Can clan. That's why I've been so passionate about helping other people. But what about those that don't have any of those opportunities, that don't have any access to a phone, don't have any access to a computer? What if we could help those people too, right? So if you were to buy a tray, and the reason why I'm showing you how to sell like these trays and stuff is so you can learn how to grow your business, right? Because I like to show you the processes and stuff like that. What if there was a deeper meaning behind it? So the proceeds go to help people that don't have any opportunity. Or, you know, after so many courses are sold, we can provide so many opportunities. Anyways, my goal this next week is to be able to focus in on that give. That's what Jamie Amos called it. It's his give. Like, how can we we're creating a movement already in the Because I Can clan, right? Where we're getting out of our heads, where we're changing our lives, where we're changing our financial futures. What if there was one more level of depth in there? That's what I'm trying to wrap my brain around. And of course I'm going to share the journey with you. This is just like the first part of the journey, so it's not all the way like nailed out. But I've got a 4-hour drive back to Utah where I can start processing these thoughts so that as a community, we can serve a bigger cause. That'd be so cool. I know, right? Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, so put these things into play. Move your eyebrows. Just kidding, you don't really have to. But it works. Add your testimonials and all the other stuff that I already forgot. I gotta look at my notes. But go back through, rewatch this video, add those things to your business, grow your profitable brand so that you can have that financial freedom and break away from those chains of financial debt. Like, that just stinks to be in. And it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. It's gonna be a good one. So keep watching. Watch next Tuesday. I'll have more updates on where I'm going with this. I actually just launched, or I'm testing a funnel right now, and then I'm gonna take it a little bit deeper so you can see that side of it. Anyways, have a wonderful, beautiful day. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.